everyone and welcome to my channel. This video is all about my memory keeping journey with the Happy Planner. So in the year of 2020, I wanted to start my family memory keeping journal, and I was so much influenced by numerous videos about the Happy Planner. I never used one before, but all those spreads looked amazing to me and everything looked so easy and functional. I basically wanted to make one family photo journal a year, and I wanted to start with 2020. So I bought a classic size Happy Planner. This is the big size for 2020, and it was just a regular planner for that year. And then I started just printing photos and working in it. At the same time, I found this one. This is a designated memory keeping book. It's a big size Happy Planner. It's undated. So as I said, I was working in a classic size, and pretty soon, because of all the photos that I was putting in and everything else in it, the discs that the planner came with just became too small. So I just decided to buy another set set of expander discs. So these are the bigger ones that I bought. And it was fine for some time. Sometimes in the middle of the year, I had like really big memory photo journal already. So I needed to buy one more set of expander discs and then to split that planner into two books. At the end of the year, I really didn't like how that was looking. I did not like to have 1 year in two books, and it was pretty bulky and chunky with the discs, but still I searched a little bit and I found these. So these are like really big discs. Let me just compare them here. So these are the ones that I found. I'm gonna link them all down below for you to just check the size and everything. After everything, like the whole book was on one, like on these discs, it was just too bulky, too big, and pretty ugly. I did not like that at all. So what I did instead, I took out all the discs and then I decided to make a book binded memory book, basically. So let me just show you here. So I glued this book together, this Happy Planner classic size. And as you can see, it's not pretty, but for me, it is very functional. It is not as bulky as it was with all the discs. And let me just show you, I used the special pH neutral glue, and I used this book repair tape, and I also used clear just clear tape. It's a Scotch brand I found in Dollar Tree, and it is photo safe. So let me just show you the first spread. So I used a little bit here because this book was already done, and all the photos, all the tip-ins, ephemera, and everything was already added. It was very, very hard to bind it with the glue. It was really uneven. So on some places, the pages were coming off. So I did use a little bit of clear tape. I don't mind it. Now in my opinion, now it looks much better. I also added clear tape here on the side, like on the edges of the pages, because I think it's going to be more sturdy and it won't get damaged. So this is basically how it is now, and I'm happy with it. So I'm just gonna keep this journal as it is. I'm not gonna redo the year again. I know it doesn't look perfect, as I said, but now my kids can easily flip through this one without ripping the pages or pulling them out altogether. So if you are interested to see how I glued this classic size planner together, let me know and I will make sure to try and video record the process of binding this book and gluing it together. because I'm definitely going to remove the discs from this one as well. So let me now talk about what I liked and what I didn't like in the Happy Planner. Please don't get offended by what I'm going to say here. This is just my experience. I know this system is working for many people, but it just didn't work for me, and I want to share why, so you can maybe take my experience into account when deciding what you want to do and if the Happy Planner could work for you. So what I liked. As I said, I loved seeing what other people had done with the Happy Planner for both planning and memory keeping. I liked the idea very much. I liked the thickness of the pages of the paper. It is just perfect thickness, in my opinion, for memory keeping, to hold photos and other ephemera. I liked the dividers for months as well. In this memory keeping version, I liked that they included special pages for vacation, birthdays. Um, let me show you here, for summer memories, and similar, like this is for a vacation, and like happy day. So these are just fun pages that they made for the memory keeping version of the book. I also loved the idea of the discs, but just an idea. I love that you can pop in and out anything you want because of the disc, how they work. I also liked many of the stickers in the sticker books they had. Not all, but there are many you can use for memory keeping. So let's go over what I didn't like. So the discs as binding system is just something that didn't work for me and I didn't like. The idea is great, as I said, but for me with young kids and also with the big and thick books that I was making, they just didn't work properly. I couldn't turn pages easily, and also the pages were getting damaged here on this side, the side that goes on the discs, and they often were pulled out completely. So the other thing is boxes, like on the spreads and layout in general. It didn't work for me. Let me just show you. So there were so many things on a page that I usually had to cover and think how to cover. The biggest reason why this layout didn't work for me is because on some days I would have 20 photos or more, sometimes less, but on some days I didn't have any. And even like recently I just checked and I noticed that for the last week I don't have any photo. So I can't put anything for the 7 days in November. So I thought in the beginning that that wouldn't be a problem, but I didn't want to leave the blank space here because I needed the space. So the layout itself was very limiting. I got very tired of trying to cover the boxes and everything else. So let me just show you now in October, I wasn't inspired to work in this at all. So let me just show you the spread. Oh, sorry. So what I did, I just took some craft paper to cover almost everything and then just put in some photos. So the photos that I usually use are 3x4 or 4x3, and I really like that size. They're not too small or big or too big. I really like you can see everything on them. I also used 2x3 and even smaller photos. And sometimes for one spread or for 1 week, I had many different sizes of photos, and that just didn't work on the layout that was already here on these pages. I decided just to keep these books and just to keep working on them, even this one. I'm gonna finish this year, 2021, in this one. But I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for 2022 for memory keeping. I'm going to implement some changes for planning and journaling for the next year, but I'm still not sure, as I said, about memory keeping. I know I have to have at least an A5 size journal for my memory keeping, because I want to be able to add greeting cards and other things in. So 2020 was very heavy year with the photos, because I had my second son on that year, at the beginning of that year. So I made 182 pages in classic size. So I'm thinking something with a similar number of pages would work in an A5 size for me, but I'm still not sure. So, and also I'm determined to make better selections of the photo for next year, and not to print like so many. So I'm also thinking about traveler's notebook inserts maybe, or like Moleskine notebooks, but I would like to hear if you have any suggestions for me. What could I try? Do you use Happy Planner, and how do you like it? What do you use if you're not using Happy Planner? Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thank you very much for watching, and bye.